Hello and welcome to the second series of podcasts, In Brief, brought to you by me, Glyn Jones, Product Manager at Hughes Europe. If I said to you, whenever I leave my house, I leave all my doors and windows wide open, you would at first tell me I'm mad, and then maybe you'd ask me, where do you live that is so safe and secure that you don't have to worry about security? In reality, there aren't many places in the world where you'd happily leave your house so open. At an absolute minimum, you would at least close all the windows and lock the door when you go out. In the networking world, life is not really any different. Would you leave all your assets wide open and unprotected, or do you at least apply some protection? As the old adage goes, the only way to really ensure the security of the data on your device is to never turn it on, the next best being to never connect it to a network. A case in point, my dad's laptop where he stores all his photos has never been spammed, hacked or had a virus on it. And that's because he's never connected it to the internet. Traditionally, networks had traditional ways to secure them, these being next-generation firewalls. Though, with all the latest and greatest developments in security, surely next-generation firewalls are actually last-generation firewalls now? Just another thing to ponder when you're lying there late at night trying to get to sleep. This methodology has worked for many years, and in certain environments, and as a complement to some of the newer techniques to secure networks, it's still a very valid approach to network security. With all the changes in the way we work, with the nomadic worker working anytime, anyplace, anywhere, it's that 80s advert again, and where our data is being stored using a next-gen firewall as a big padlock on the front door, doesn't provide the comprehensive security that many businesses and users need. In a recent report, the UK government revealed that half of businesses had claimed to have experienced a cybersecurity breach in the last 12 months. This figure rose to 70% for large organisations, with a single breach costing many thousands of pounds. It's no wonder then that network security is high on the agenda for many companies, and implementing zero trust network strategies is fast becoming a valuable approach. Remote work and cloud-based activity are common parts of everyday business. However, unfortunately, so are advancing cyber threats. With our online activity evolving so rapidly, the need for more robust cybersecurity approaches has never been more critical. Zero Trust Network Access, ZTNA, is a cybersecurity strategy we've already touched on in the podcast ZTNA, Who Do We Trust? And we will be covering in more depth in a future podcast, Embracing Zero Trust Network Access, moving beyond traditional VPNs. Today, though, we'll take a closer look at why and where businesses are adopting it to safeguard their operations. So, why are businesses favouring ZTNA over more traditional security approaches like VPNs and firewalls? Simply put, it's designed to handle the security challenges we all face today. ZTNA is an approach that goes beyond traditional security measures. It verifies every single access attempt to each specific online application. It makes it much harder for breaches to occur, and if they do happen, they can be contained to smaller areas of your network. As well as offering enhanced security benefits, ZTNA simplifies compliance for your business as it makes meeting strict regulations easier. It also supports greater scalability. Typically, if your business grows, network security becomes more complicated. That's not the case with ZTNA. This security model can adapt to your business's changing needs, making growth and expansion much more manageable. So, let's take a look at ZTNA in practice. Where is it most valuable, and where Zero Trust Network Access is applied? We've seen a remarkable change in the way businesses operate over the last few years, and it's these fundamental changes that have promoted the use of ZTNA. Firstly, remote work and hybrid teams. Remote work has become the new norm for so many businesses today. Even if you run a multi-site enterprise for years and are used to communicating and data sharing between locations, the flexibility to log on anywhere to work is still something we're getting used to. Cybersecurity measures are still catching up, and the Zero Trust Network approach is one that more and more businesses are adopting to protect themselves as they adapt to these changing ways of working. Gartner reported in April 2024 that 63% of organisations worldwide have fully or partially implemented a Zero Trust strategy. Compare this to 2023 when only 1% of large enterprises had a mature and measurable Zero Trust program in place. As Zero Trust models verify every access request, your remote workers can only get into the resources that they need for a specific length of time. If your employees are working online using their personal devices, home networks, or any location worldwide, Zero Trust becomes crucial. It protects their activity and your business, avoiding unauthorized entry and data breaches. Secondly, ZTNA is used in cloud-based environments. Does your organization rely on cloud-based applications, whether it's storing data using platforms like Google Cloud Storage and Microsoft Azure Blob Storage, managing sales, marketing and services via platforms like Salesforce and Microsoft 365, or collaborating on projects with Dropbox or Trello? You need to share and work on information with your team. There will likely be a cloud-based platform that does it, but that opens up a great deal of vulnerability that cybercriminals love. Here's where Zero Trust Network Access shines again. In these dynamic, flexible network setups, it continues to assess each connection and only allows users access to the files they need. It takes the worry away from storing and sharing information via the cloud. It also gives you the reassurance to make the most of the scalability these platforms offer without compromising your network security. And thirdly, for sensitive data protection. If your business is an industry that manages highly sensitive data, Zero Trust Network Access offers enormous benefits. From figures in finance to medical details in healthcare or confidential government activity, compliance standards are extremely strict, and any data breaches can result in severe consequences. With the robust and meticulous control over access and continuous monitoring that Zero Trust applies, you can have peace of mind that the risk of unauthorized access is minimized and that regulatory requirements are being satisfied. ZTNA, though, is not just a standalone solution. It should be a pillar of your security solution and implemented as part of your larger network strategy, taking your SD-WAN solution and your SSE solution and combining it under the umbrella of SASE. This combines your network with SWG, Secure Web Gateway, which filters and protects your web traffic, CASB, Cloud Access Security Broker, which monitors and controls your cloud applications and data, and FWaaS, Firewall as a Service, for your network security and threat protection. And of course, ZTNA, Zero Trust Network Access, to grant that granular and conditional access to your users and devices. If Zero Trust Network Access appeals to your business as a valuable security measure, but you're struggling to know where to start or don't have the time, resources or expertise to implement a new network security strategy, then I would suggest speak to a managed network service provider who should be able to help. The next podcast, The Impact of Remote Work on Network Infrastructure, will be out soon. Do subscribe or follow me on your podcast platform of choice to be notified when it comes out. Thank you for listening and do enjoy the rest of your day.